And the... Oh wait, we can still do the Master Role quests. How long is that going to take? Yeah, let's do the Master Role quests. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to do it as Warrior because Unga Bunga. Let's head on over to Radzid Han. Okay, let's head on over to the Radiant Hosts place. Yeah, Bitter Snow, is that it? That the first one? Yes, that's the first one. Head on over there and get started. Hello, Shirabot. Bitter Snow. Looks like we're all going to Thavnir, or... The glint of in Shirabon's eyes suggests she was hoping you might pass through. Well, if it isn't Brilliant. All around good egg and champion of, well, the whole world, I guess. Word travels fast, my friend. We've heard all about your exploits defeating the blasphemies that plagued the good people of Eorzea and Doma. Sadly, there are other fell beasts that yet want for slaying, but fear not. Our efforts to bring them low proceed apace, and we've had naught but glad tidings from our allies. Perhaps the most surprising report came from Wurlit. Oh, right. The thing is, if you hadn't done I only did those... I remember I tried to do the Shadow of Wurlit on stream, but then I couldn't even queue into the first one as a tank, so I ended up just not doing it on stream, but I did eventually do it off stream, and man, that story was darker than I expected. Where soldiers led by the infamous Black Wolf fought alongside Alamegan troops for yet another hard-earned victory. Reports from Garlemald, however, suggest another blasphemy threat lurks in the snow. Right, I guess we gotta go to Garlemald. And we received a petition for assistance. Strange, don't you think? When the effects of the final days began to spread in earnest, we encountered a great many monsters in Garlemald, but never a blasphemy. And to make matters worse, they say the Garleans who chose to remain and rebuild have begun transforming into yet other, more hideous creatures. Well, that's not good. From what I understand, it was you and your comrades who brought an end to the final days, is that right? Yep, that was us. Maybe Xenos helps a little. Even so, it would appear its effects will linger a while longer, until this malevolent influence on the Akasa subsides. I dare say this won't be the last time we hear of such sightings. As for the blasphemy, we have reason to believe it is a great deal stronger than any we've faced thus far. Your strength and experience would prove quite valuable. If you're willing to help, of course. Sure. Of course I'll help. Is the Elsabar contingent unequipped to handle this threat? Truly, our contacts in Charlian will be thrilled to hear it. Though they did not explicitly request your presence, it was clear from the first that they were hoping for it. Oh, how lovely. You guys asking for my help after trying to keep everything secret? Now you're like, please help us, Brilliant. Though, if I may be frank, I was not expecting Charlian of all places to be so concerned with the present state of Garlemald, but with the strict policies of non-intervention. Perhaps we'll find out the reason before this is all over. But that's an inquiry for another time. I'll not keep you any longer. Once you arrive in Garlemald, I should think the intelligence officer stationed there will be more than happy to apprise you of the situation. Alright, let's head on over to Charlian, I guess. Oh, nope, we're going to... Right. We're going to Camp Broken Glass. Let's see. Yeah, we're in Ilsabard. Whoops, that's where I meant to go. Yeah, it's kind of weird that they threw the map like that. Oh well, let's go to Camp Broken Glass. Ah, there you are, Mr. Intelligence Officer. Brilliant! The Brilliant? It's an honor to have you with us, miss. I presume you come to assist in our hunt for the blasphemy? Yep. Maxima and Lucia will be pleased to hear it, and I'll be pleased to see Lucia. Maxima not so much. If you would come this way. It's good to see you, Brilliant. Though I wish it were under more fortuitous circumstances, Maxima. Anytime we meet, it's never under fortuitous circumstances. Less, or more, yet whatever. We were reluctant to call upon you, knowing you but recently returned from the far reaches of the heavens, but we are so no less glad for your aid. Now then, I believe it best if the man who first discovered this blasphemy explained the situation. It's gonna be, what's his name? The blue-haired boy? Oh, no. Oh, wait. Why is he here? Ah, brilliant. Good. We may forego introductions then. Thank you for answering our call for assistance. Now why are you here, Daddy? As for the situation at hand, it concerns a joint effort between the Forum and the Loperts to find a new purpose for the moon. Can't you just make it into like a thrill ride attraction place? While there is no longer a need for a vessel to evacuate the star, we believe the moon may yet prove of use to the people of Etheres. And after much contemplation, a rather ingenious proposal was put forward. To transform the moon into a recent repository for man's knowledge, an archive of hitherto unseen scale. That sounds like a really bad idea. Well, I mean, yeah. The reason it sounds bad is because it's going to be used badly, but it's not bad in itself. Anyway, let's just continue. Garlean has long had the honor of boasting incomparable repositories of the world's knowledge, but it is far from perfect. Oh, that's an understatement. Should calamity befall us, natural or otherwise, the wisdom of ages we have long labored to preserve would be lost. But the moon is beyond any such risk. Are you sure about that? What's more, it's beyond the jurisdiction of any one nation. Are you sure about that? Thus did we consult the allied nations of Eorzea, the Far East, and Razadhan. They agreed to assembling a survey team to take measure of the moon and its potential as a repository. Well, considering the Loperts can make whatever you need with creation magics, we should be fine. Our plans for assessment were forestalled, however, by the presence of an entity we believe to be a blasphemy in the Tower of Babel. How fun. Claims of Garlean citizens transforming into monsters shortly after its discovery only gave further credence to our initial supposition. But we've not only ill tidings to share. Reinforcements have been dispatched to aid us in quelling the blasphemy's threat. Lord Artorial Oakgreat, and a member of the Gridanius Keeper of the Entwined Serpents, have already begun an investigation into the catalyst of these transformations. Oh wait, Artorial's the good guy, is the head of the house, not the annoying one. That's Emmanuel. Though the skies no longer burn, and the spread of this affliction is much curtailed, we must remain vigilant. Until the blasphemy threat has been quelled, Althanode and Alizé have graciously offered to keep calm the people of Terratim while we attend to the people there. Okay. But the matter of the blasphemy is not so easily resolved, I'm afraid. We recently met with certain complications that have hindered our plans. Ugiri and Fordola are presently deliberating how best to resolve the situation. Perhaps it would be best if you heard the details directly from them. So is this going to take all the characters that we had in each of the role quests and just bring them together for one final role quest? That's probably how this is going to go down. I should like to join you, if I may. As this endeavor was originally undertaken on Charlene's behalf, I feel it is my responsibility to see this through to its conclusion. Okay, you also want to see your kids. I get it. Oh, let's head on over to Terratim. Let's see, is Fortunald around here, or is he already at Terratim? Probably already there. No, we gotta speak with Ugiri. Let's go do that first. Always happy to speak with Ugiri. Or Lucia. Oh, there they are. Fordola not as much, but she's okay. Somehow I should have known you would turn up eventually. Same to you, Fordola. Her magical floating shield on her back. I did not expect to see you here of all places, but I'm no less glad for your presence. I presume the word of the blasphemy is what brought you here. In which case, I believe it may be best if a member of the reconnaissance team guard explained the situation. Oh wait, it's this guy. I forget who he is though. Who is he? I've seen him before. Long time no see, Lawrence. Aren't you a captain of the company of heroes? I forget who this guy is, but I remember. Oh, yes. He's the company of heroes. Right. We saw that in Limsa. In the Limsa one with, I think that was physical. I think that was melee DPS. He's not the captain anymore. He's just, yeah. I'd heard tell you were the worldly sort, but bugger me if you know where you heard my name before. Ahem. I'm just a lowly sword up for hiring, hoping to fatten my purse with a touch of mercenary work after taking my leave from Limsa. The job sounded simple enough, but, well, I'm sure you wouldn't be here if it were, eh? But you didn't come all this way to hear about me, did you? The blasphemy we were after is making its nest in the upper reaches of the Tower of Babel. Well, they'll just go do the dungeon. The auxiliary sector, I believe it was. But it wasn't alone. I'm reading it with like a Scottish accent. It's supposed to be like a pirate. A sizable horde of beasts were circling like the knights protecting their queen. Naturally, we thought to strike from a distance before engaging in earnest. But not a single bullet reached its mark. Oh, what? They were protected by some manner of magical shroud, as far as I could figure. Without a keen eye for magic, I don't see anyone getting through. By the time we understood the faculty of the situation, we'd been spotted. Retreat was our only option. Pains me to say, but there won't be any brute force no way through this. Are you sure about that? Because I'm a warrior and I think I could do it. I just gotta get angry enough. My understanding is that, once transformed, these blasphemies are completely devoid of ether. With what energies could it create such a barrier? That's a question, isn't it? My first thought was some heretofore unknown technique for conjuring shields. Needless to say, I'm out of my depth when it comes to matters of magic. Which is precisely why I speak with the Elder Seedseer when she arrives. If anyone can help us find a way to overcome the blasphemy's protection, it's her. Or me. I'll just switch to Black Mage. In the meantime, could we trouble you to help with a not-so-small matter of people changing into beasts? Yeah, no, it's a not-so-small matter. I'd say it is. The blasphemy's horde was large enough when first we found it. We can't afford for more to join its ranks. Very well. We shall reconvene with Lord Artorial and discuss strategy. Before you go, there's something else you should know about the tower. For the moment we set foot inside, I swear there was someone or something watching us. I shrugged it off, thinking it a figment of my imagination, but in hindsight, I'm not so sure. Interesting. We'll keep that in mind. Nothing to worry ourselves about, but best keep your guard on when we do finally return to the tower, eh? Sure. Arnvald sends his regards, by the way. He asked me to tell you not to push yourself, but we all know what a waste of breath that'll prove to be. Lord Hien will be arriving ere long, aptly dressed for the cold, I should hope. Gosetsu would no doubt count himself fortunate to be absent if he knew we were here. Oh yeah, he would hate this. Gods, what is this nice bowl of soap? Soup, yeah, sure. Head on over to Daddy and wrap this first quest up. Oh, no, Arturial, that's right. And the Keeper of the Serpents. It's one of the guards. Under normal circumstances, I would never dream of leaving the Elder Seedseer's side. but considering the nature of these blasphemies and the calamity they bring, she insisted a representative for Gordania precede her arrival. Okay. It would appear their investigation into the recent reports of refugees transforming is, well, underway. That's good. Ah, brilliant. 'Tis good to have you with us, my friend. Indeed, the road before us is not an easy one, and a woman of your talents will prove invaluable to our efforts. We but recently returned from reconnaissance, wherein we made a few rather surprising discoveries. Oh, like what? First and foremost, we were pleased to discover that no one residing within Camp Broken Glass or Terratim have turned, no doubt thanks to the concerted efforts of Maxima, Alphanode, and Alizé. However, we have reason to believe that those who did turn all hail from Locus Amenus. Where was that again? You mean Corvus, the Garleans' ancestral home? Interesting. The very same. When the ill effects of the final days began to manifest there, a number of Garlean refugees from the region sought sanctuary in Garlemald. But the capital was already in ruins when they arrived. They were offered asylum, but many refused and instead chose to fend for themselves on the outskirts of the city. Well, that doesn't sound like a good idea. We are of a mind to go and speak with them directly if you would care to join us. Perhaps together we can learn what of their recent circumstances has triggered such terrible change among their people.